back to Corporate Mullet on this fine Tuesday afternoon in Sacramento. It's 114 degrees outside, so at least that's what it said in my car. Maybe that was just in my car.
97, bro.
Okay. In my car, it was 114 degrees, but one half of the show, Miri.
And I'm Sachin.
And we're excited to be here today. And what a great interview that was last episode, right? Alan Cheeseman, man. You really set the standard for what the Corporate Mullet interview process should be like. But have another great episode for you guys today. As always, we'll start with quick updates, then transitioning to top 5 things you'll inevitably run into in sales, and then moving on to more of the hobbies, and then ending off on
a topic
that is a surprise for the end. So bundled all in nicely. So I'll pass the mic to you. Had the more exciting weekend here.
All right. Oh man, a lot of travel since the last time we recorded. So first off, drove down to LA during Monterey Car Week. Dude, the highways were littered with supercars, hypercars, and all of this stuff. Oh, by the way, shout out to FJ Miller. If you don't follow him, find him on Instagram if you're a car guy. This dude is wild. He just took delivery of the first Koenigsegg Jesko in America at Monterey Car Week. Same guy also has the Bugatti Chiron Super. I think it's a Super Sport or the Per Sport. McLaren P1, plenty of other cars, a G-Wagon, the 4x4, the big G-Wagon. He's got it all. Check him out on Instagram. Cool freaking guy.
Got the AMG one?
Maybe. Who knows, man? Who knows what else is lurking in his garage? I have no clue. But no, Monterey Car Week. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the stop. It was a busy week at work, and I couldn't really spare the time. But got to drive through. Made sure to drive the PCH on the way back, so I can hit the cars driving back home to LA. When I was driving back up to SAC, got to see some really cool cars on that drive too. Saw the DDE Bentley. That thing was loud as hell on the highway. I'm at a rest area and I just hear like gunshots, and I turn around and it's a Bentley. I'm like, what is going on? But no, that trip was a blast. I went down to Orange County, stayed in Avenue of the Arts. Great hotel, by the way. If you're on Costa Mesa, check them out. But I went down there to play some golf with my uncle and my cousin. So we went to my uncle's country club in Huntington Beach, the Huntington Club. Gorgeous course, super friendly, nice people, amazing club. I'm a shit golfer, so I didn't do myself any favors going and playing there, but got some free lessons from my uncle, who's pretty freaking good.
Nice.
So no, that was a blast. Got to spend some time with family. Drove back up, and then was in town for freaking 2 days.
Yeah.
And flew out to Maui. Yeah. Maui was the big trip, man.
Aloha.
Oh, yep. Oh, yeah. So, no, Maui, man, my first time in Hawaii. That is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. I stayed in Wailea, so near all like the golf courses and stuff. Played the Emerald course. If you're a golfer and you go to Maui, do not miss the freaking Emerald course. It is the most gorgeous course I've ever played. I didn't play Kapalua, but maybe that's more beautiful. I don't know, but play Emerald either way. A phenomenal vacation, though. We stayed at the Andaz Resort, dude.
I'm sure that's how it's pronounced.
I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Who knows, man? But I keep reading the name. Awesome. I'm like, it sounds Indian, but it's not. It's Hyatt. So I can't help myself.
I got roasted on accents today.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we will.
But no, if you go to Maui, check out that resort. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, staff super friendly. The food was phenomenal. I mean, I didn't even want to leave the resort.
What was your favorite dish?
My favorite dish there?
Spam musubi.
What was the mochi waffles at breakfast. Ooh. Oh man, that was delicious. And the breakfast fried rice too. They're like hella different foods.
That Polynesian stuff.
But Italian food wise.
Really? In Hawaii?
Yes. I went to the Four Seasons and we ate at Ferraro's for our anniversary. And oh my God, dude, we went for the prefix. Like it was like 5-6 courses per person. Made friends with some other folks from Dallas that were sitting next to us, and they were also celebrating their anniversary. And we were just we ended up ordering the same shit. So we were like comparing food and everything. And but delicious food, and you're right on the beach, the private beach access area. So we got to see the sunset while enjoying some delicious food and some amazing wine out there. Man, I can't say enough good things about Maui, man. I mean, most of my vacations, like they're vacations, I'm still working and just on the road. This was like the first one in a while where it was like no work, nothing, just relaxing. I took a few calls here and there, but like nothing too crazy. So, but I am glad to be home though. I've been on the road so much. Like this is good, but I'll be back on the road and we'll talk about that later.
It never ends, this journey. But no, dude, that's awesome. On that topic of Monterey Car Week, it was so funny because I was scrolling on Facebook because my family was messaging me. But I saw that the police department on those hills to get over there to Monterey by like Santa Cruz, they were like they were just pulled over like supercars, like, hey, we get you're excited for Monterey Car Week, but drive the speed limit on here. So they were getting like a bunch of like social interaction on that.
The whole 916 Exotics, the rally. They like I think Mikey posted a picture on his Instagram. The whole line got pulled over on the side of the highway.
But like my thing with that is okay, they can pull all you guys over, but like what's stopping like some of you guys just from keep going? The cop's not gonna get all of you, right?
It happens.
Right? Like, why would I pull over? I'm just gonna run it.
Because if there's another cop waiting down there, and now you have a few extra charges, instead of just a speeding ticket. So
I guess
don't run.
Yeah, don't run. Never do that. But that's awesome. Oh yeah,
tons of fun, man. But yeah, how about you, man? What you been up to?
Man, I've just been weight loss journey. That's all it really has been. It's just a bunch of gym to courts and just trying to be active and not eat junk shit. So really just sticking to like, eating what you're supposed to eat, your portion control, and then just being consistent with the workouts. So I think, so far my routine's like Sunday to Thursday, and then I take Friday and Saturday morning off, and then I work out again Saturday afternoon. So just like maintaining that schedule and, keep losing that 1 or 2 pounds here and there. Cause the first 20 were easy. Those melted off. Now, I'm like,
that's the water weight.
20. Yeah, exactly. So now it was like from like 3 weeks ago, it was like 21, 2 weeks ago, 22, last week, 23. And now I'm like at 24. So I'm like 237.
Nice.
So it's like just a pound a week, but it's so like, fuck, like, I would just do this and it would melt. And now it's like, all right, this is going to take.
You know what? It's better than some like crash diet and you lose like 5 pounds a week. And then, next month
I'm not gonna name names.
Make it all
I'm not going to name names, but I know he watches this show. But he's like, hey, man, you should do Ozempic. I'm like, hell no.
People shit themselves on planes when they take that, man.
No,
not taking that.
No knock against it. If you're on Ozempic, you're probably in Kentucky, but no knock. If that's what it takes for you to get there, that's great.
Everyone has their own journey, but I don't want to shit on a plane. So
Right. So for me, it's just like that's really been my journey. I am going to Palm Springs area for work, and then I'll be in Utah in November.
All right.
I don't know how I feel about it. From the things I read about,
some of the Mormons
probably can't drink it, or like if you order a cocktail, you gotta like get it separate or whatever. I heard there's this thing where you have to get like a soda with every alcoholic shot. Like you can't just rip shots.
Maybe only in like certain spots. I don't know. Like to be fair, my extensive experience. I've gone to Utah a lot, but mainly in a layover at Salt Lake City Airport, and I've never had anyone at the airport bars or the lounges there question me or force me to drink soda.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I never heard that before. I don't know.
Dude, those people are mean too, man.
They're mean?
They're mean.
Really?
They're mean, bro.
We gotta travel out to Utah. Let's go interview some people out there.
I'll be out there, but dude, I got roasted by a prospect because I was saying the name. I'm not gonna say the name. But he corrected me, like he waited until the end of the presentation to be like, oh, by the way, it's this, this, and this. And I'm like, the way it's spelled out does not make it seem like that's how it sounds. And then the one line I'm just gonna remember forever is like, yeah, it's just like if you go into the South, you don't say hurricane, you say hurricane. And I'm like,
No, the Huracan is a Lamborghini. Okay?
No, I know. And he's like, you guys have a funny accent out there in California. And I'm like, dude, this is how it's spelled. Like, I don't know.
Y'all the weird ones up there.
Yeah,
I've been to the South a lot. I've never heard Huracan for hurricane. Where do you hear that?
Dude, I don't know. But dude came at me pretty aggro. And I was, typical salesman. You roll with it. You roll with it. So.
If anyone's from Utah, any Mormons out there, what? Huracan? Can you explain this?
Someone, I have the recording. I mean, I can't show it.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to show it. I'm not doing that.
I'm not showing it. I'm a very professional with my job. But that threw me for a loop. I was like, of all places. I mean, we got the follow-up meeting scheduled, so it didn't end badly, but it was just like a funny thing. I've never heard
that.
It's the first time I've ever been like called out for a California accent. Like I know, like when you sell to like Texas and the South, you turn on the yes ma'ams and sir and all that. So I know that, but like I wasn't even speaking like my Bay Area tongue. Like
you know what it is. The California accent for most people is just we talk real fast.
Yeah,
we talk really fast,
and like you guys and stuff like that. Instead of y'all,
for show. I can't even. I still can't say that.
For show with people my age.
I'm like, no, even in texting, bro. People will text for show, and I'm like, for sure, bro. But I'm curious. What do you guys think about the California accent?
I don't think it exists.
I don't know.
We were in New York. We were as east as we could go, and I've never heard anyone say I had an accent.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard.
There is a New York accent.
There is a New York accent.
There's no.
That you can get under control though. That's
you
can
can
that.
Condense that. But that's a great actually segue towards our next really defining topic, and it's just like the inevitability of being in the profession. And when I first joined, this is what kind of sparked it too. Sachin was always like, hey man, you're gonna pick up this habit, you're gonna pick up this habit, and I give you like 6 months, and like so far I've done pretty well on the nicotine so far. I crave it here now and then, but it's still engraved a bit. But we're gonna dive into what I think is the 5 things that you'll probably come across in your sales career. And Sachin will go into his as well.
So by that, we mean like 5 hobbies or interests or just general things that salespeople get into.
At some point. The longer you stay in it, the more likely it is that you're going to come across
it. Just happens.
Yeah. So do we want to work this from bottom top? And then one for one, or you want to go?
No, why don't we go free for all, not in order, right? We'll go 1 to 1, okay. But we're not gonna go like.
And then we rank them.
We'll rank them after. We'll rank the top 5 of our 10.
So you give 5, I give 5, and then we put the master 5, the CM5.
Yes. So this is gonna be what turns you into a sales blob person, where we all have the same interests. All right.
You'll have a podcast by the end of it.
I'll kick us off with number 1.
I thought we were gonna rank them.
Huh? No, like the first one. First one.
Okay.
I think it's very, very, very common for salespeople to get into watches, collecting watches as a hobby. I mean, at least from my experience, a lot of orgs give out watches as like basically like little wrist trophies for if you hit certain milestones. President's Club or closing your first like $1 million deal or whatever it is. Like when I was at Direct Technology. That was like my first like real high-end watch. I got a Bell & Ross for hitting like that $1 million lift on a renewal or something like that. And I cherish that watch still to this day because it like shows an accomplishment, right? But then you start looking at all the other mechanical watches and it turns into a freaking addiction. So now my watch collection has grown. But it comes out of my own pocket now. And it's not all gifts, which is the problem because watches as a hobby is not a cheap one. I think you'll see this also in general. These hobbies and 5 things that you're going to run into. I think they're all pretty expensive.
Yes. Yep.
They get pretty pricey. So make sure you keep selling. Don't get lost in your hobbies.
That's true.
So we'll kick it off with watches. Maybe we'll go in a little bit later about our watch collections or things that we might want to add to it and stuff like that. But what's your first one on the list?
Mine is a food or beverage addiction, whether that be coffee, pizza. You'll see like people's LinkedIn's like pizza enthusiast or whatever, like just some ridiculous attachment to a piece of something that's vital to your day life. So for me, that's like spring water. Like I follow this guy Martin on TikTok. I think I've name dropped him a lot on here. He's a water sommelier. And, just, from those remote days when we had him, just watching too many of his stuff, I'm like, you know what? Like, maybe, let me give it a try. And then like getting really niche with it and getting down to like this rabbit hole of water, what's good water, what's bad water, and then refusing to buy anything but Fiji, unless it's a slow month, then it's Crystal Geyser. So,
you saw there was some news about Arrowhead. They're trying to ban them from pumping water.
Yeah.
Arrowhead, you guys are bad people. Drink Fiji,
your
drink
water
Santal.
tastes like throw up or like someone spit in your mouth. Like, you guys need to find a new spring source because that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Man.
But that's mine.
All right. So we got watches, water. Are we sticking with W's? I don't know. Women.
Not me.
Not me. I just celebrated my first wedding anniversary.
No salesman in a relationship has ever cheated, I think.
Ever.
That's
Never.
like unheard of.
Yeah. Conferences, you just lock yourself in your room.
Yep. Purity ring.
We're good though.
Yeah,
we're good.
100%,
We're good people.
100%. Show me one and I'll be dumbfounded.
All right, so we'll go to the second thing on the list. Golf. I was growing up. I always watched Top Gear. I love Jeremy Clarkson. Love those guys on the show.
You said golf, not cars.
I know. I'm getting to it. But part of that, since I was a child watching it growing up, is always they used to make fun of golf all the time. It's for boring people, old people. It's a boring sport. Blah blah blah. So I just never saw myself ever playing golf because I'm like, instead of buying a set of golf clubs, I'm gonna go build a race car. Why would I want clubs? No, golf is amazing. It's a great sport. Everybody should try it out. You'll be surprised. It's very difficult and challenging, but it also helps when you're meeting with clients and, you're going to eventually get invited at some point to play a round of golf or join like a golf event for some marketing event or something like that. So, brush up on your skills, take a lesson or two, get familiar with the sport, and don't be scared of it. I'll be the first to admit I was terrified of playing golf because I'm like, man, everyone's going to see me just digging grass out of the ground. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. But no, everyone's super friendly. Yeah, of course, there's some dicks on the course, sure, but ton of fun. Get into it. At least get your way around a course. It'll help a lot, whether you golf internally with your teams or with clients or whatever. It's just something that inevitably just comes up. I don't think I've met like a single salesperson in like the recent orgs that I work with that isn't like, oh yeah, I play golf or I played golf or I'm part of a country club or
I just started.
Something. Yeah, like something or the other. So like golf, definitely.
Never in a million years I thought I'd be in the range or anything. Like, golf just never, like, I find golf so boring. But like, until I joined a fraternity in college and then like there's drinking involved with it. Like, all right, this is kind of cool. Out in the sun, driving, no DUIs. Like, that's pretty cool. So that's kind of just like, yeah, I'll be good enough to be out there.
But you know what it is also? Like, it's a tough sport to learn. It's challenging and it's really rewarding when you like just nail
when
you
hear that smack,
that crack of the freaking driver. So it's like that same high when like you close a deal or like if you get like if you get a really good hole, so it's like that you're competing with yourself again.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of fun from that aspect. I got my wife into it now too. Sneha's freaking golfing. She's addicted and she's like, I'm gonna beat you now. And like, have fun. But no, golf. So I'll go with that for number 2.
Okay, that's a good number 2. My number 2, inevitable. I have yet to meet a rep who doesn't do this. Gambling. No. You don't play poker? Mm-mm. Nah, you played poker. What do you do in Vegas?
I don't gamble. I don't go to Vegas.
But do you make bets?
No.
Ever in your career, you've never had a bet?
No, I mean so. Because why don't you tell your story first, and then I'll explain how I don't gamble.
Okay.
I am a little weird in that. So, most salespeople do gamble.
But it's been brought up to you.
Yeah.
So this is my thing with gambling, because I'm not a heavy gambler either, but I'll go to Vegas. I only play roulette, so I'm kind of like a virgin gambler, whatever. I don't like doing poker because that shit's just rigged. So is everything. Anyways, long story short. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
At the casinos, that shit's rigged. But my first week on, they're like, hey, at my first sales org, like, hey, Mike, we do poker nights every Wednesday if you want to come. It's the owner kind of taking back their salary from me. you're more than welcome to come and do that. So that's how my first introduction came, was we would do weekly poker nights with the founders and anyone who wanted to come. A couple beers, gambling, all that stuff. But then kind of with your like ability like to bet on yourself and win, inevitably, your manager at some point is going to be like, hey, call your shot for this week. How many demos are you going to book? And then you're going to be like, oh, based off my projections, I can go, let's call it 12, in my industry. Like, all right, bet. If you hit that, I'll give you $100, but if not, you owe me $100. So it's like, sure, yeah, man. Like now you're like in it. So now you kind of get into the mentality, like, all right, call your shot. So like I'm gonna call 12 this week, and it's not every week, right?
Yeah,
you're not getting a spiff every time, but it's kind of like when you're at your quota, that's just kind of when these things come up. So that's how they kind of, at least, and I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just more so, hey, you call it, you get it. So that's how it started for me slowly, and then just moves up to kind of like spiffs and stuff. So not necessarily like full on gambling, but it plants that seed for you. So like you get that same endorphin. Because when I played roulette and I won like $150 in Vegas, I got that same feeling as when I hit a spiff or accelerator, for example.
I get it, and I know a lot of salespeople that gamble. I don't know anyone who's addicted to gambling or anything like that, but I do know salespeople that love and enjoy gambling, playing card games or whatever. For me though, I've never had enjoyment in gambling. It's weird, right? I'm just like, that's my hard-earned money, and I'm just gonna throw it away. So like the way I treat gambling, like when so like the last 2 times I went to Vegas, right? I took like $500 out, and I played a little bit of roulette, a little bit of blackjack, and Sneha played some slots and stuff. But somehow magically, I always end up coming out on top, because like I'll make like $150 and you know what? I'm good. I'm done. I had my like, this isn't fun anymore. Like I might lose this. Like I'm out. I hate losing money. Maybe like I hate when people. So I like to day trade. Or just trade in general, and people call that gambling. No, I'm taking a more calculated risk. Yeah, right?
The house isn't rigged against you.
We can argue that point, but
just follow Pelosi's trades, bro. You'll never lose.
Yeah, right. But like that, I guess, is like as close to like gambling, if you want to call it, as I get, and I enjoy that. But just straight up gambling and just like the lottery and things like that, man, I can't get into it. I'm just like, I'm more likely to lose than win. Then why am I wasting my time here? I want to go where I'm more likely to win than lose. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah. And I'd combine it into like gambling and betting. Right. So I feel like those two are kind of synchronous. And I feel like at every org I've been a part of, we do fantasy football
or something,
$50. But you're always looking to like up the ante in some ways.
Yeah, but I always look at gambling, man. It's a purchase. So if I take out $500 at the ATM,
to lose it.
I'm like, it's 100%. A purchase.
You have to budget. I mean, I budget for it. I'm like, hey, $200 here, whatever. If I lose it, I'm thinking I lost it anyway.
It's like $500 for an hour or two of fun. Yeah. All right, cool. That's how I look at it, and that's what keeps me away from it also. And because like I know for a fact though, like if I went to a card table or something and I won like 10 grand off of like the $500 or something, I would never leave that table. So I'm like, I don't even want to go down that route.
The conventional thing, he says you should leave that table because they got to restart their process. So, but
all right. So yeah, gambling. All right. I'll go to, I guess you said food and beverage, but I'm going to specify it a little bit, right? I'll specify it a little bit to like higher end alcohols, right? Because when you're going on business travel, you're taking out clients and stuff, you get to try these amazing wines, amazing scotches and whiskeys and stuff that usually, when you start as a BDR making like 40K or whatever, it's like you're not spending $500 on a bottle of wine. If you are, stop.
Stop. What's your OT?
but no, like for me, like honestly, like before sales, I would drink in college, but we would just drink whatever the hell was there, right? But after traveling around and trying like different regional alcohols, what people drink locally, and then like trying some of the more higher end stuff at some of the events and conference happy hours and things like that, you really get to see like the full spectrum and the difference between like a shitty bottle of wine and a good bottle of wine, right?
Yep.
Which I was never a wine drinker before that, and then I got to try more, I got exposure, and then I really started to enjoy it. Notice how I said shitty and good, not cheap and expensive. Because there's some expensive bottles that are crap, and there's some cheap bottles that are phenomenal. Yep. So, yeah, just find your palate. And as you travel more and take clients out more, you will find your palate. Just don't let it spiral out of control. Don't become an alcoholic, because that's also probably should be on the list of things that you'll run into.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But we'll save that for another episode on dealing with addictions, maybe. Yeah. Oh, I know a few people who had to go through some stuff in sales from that. So we'll save that for another episode. But yeah, I'll leave it off at that. Like finer things, cigars, wine, whiskey, whatever.
That's a great segue too from me, because I was gonna say your nights out, and what I mean by that is you're now doing VIP. So what I see all the time is like, hey, let's get the up, like whatever that is to you in your city or whatever. Is that no longer are you going for like the basic? You're going for like the elevated package. Your company's
paying for VIP?
No. Oh. I'm talking about like things that you'll come across. Like when you go out with your things that you'll start doing.
Well, that's if you're hitting quota.
So if your coworkers are sticking around, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like now it's like, oh, let's just do VIP. Like fuck it, that's like 3 meetings booked. That'll cover that portion between us, and like just basically like you said, the luxury, finer things, like whatever experience you have to elevate it to like that next like package. So that's something that I see pretty frequently amongst sales professionals is like, I need to get that, not maybe like the everyday average experience. I need to get somehow a step above it.
Yeah. It's like goal setting, right? Like we talk about it a lot. Like you have a picture, a vision in your head, or print it out and put it on the wall, something you want to do. And it's like, oh yeah, I want to be able to do those things. And then, hey, if I hit these targets, I can go do those things. Yeah. So I guess maybe that has some correlation to it. It's like a motivator too, right?
And we were thinking of it too, like even between us, we're like, man, the VIP, when we average how much we drink and all this.
Hey, don't put our shit out there like that.
it kind of adds up. But even then, like then you get tired of that. You're like, all right, Sacramento VIP, whatever. Like been there, done that.
That actually segues well. I'll let you wrap up your point.
But I mean, like now you're kind of like, all right, now we're in LA, Hawaii, Dubai. Like now we're like, we got to get out of here to experience that higher level. So that's mine. VIP, or elevating your basic experience to like the next stage.
I'm going to tie into that with travel. Mm-hmm. I always loved traveling. Like I enjoyed visiting new locations and stuff, but it was always like tourist spots and things like that. But through sales, I've been able to travel to places that I never thought I'd go to, like all throughout the Midwest, all throughout the South. And I've just had such a blast and met like so many phenomenal people out there, and like they're places that normally it's not, you wouldn't think, oh, I'm going to go there for vacation, but I'm like, hey, yeah, I'll go stop by there if I'm around. Like it's a lot of fun, and I get to kind of relive some of the experiences from that area and stuff like that. But more than that, it's an addiction to wanting to travel more. Like if I'm not traveling for work, I'm traveling more on personal time, because I got so used to that rigor of like, hey, jump on the plane, go somewhere new, check out this cool hotel, go upgrade to a suite and see how it is.
Banging Italian food in Hawaii, of all places. That's insane.
I'll post some pictures of all that stuff too, by the way. You guys will see. That place was phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, like travel, it became like something that I spend a lot more money on, like after sales, because I was exposed to it. I want my wife to go see those places too. I want to experience those places again more in depth without having to run between meetings and stuff. Yeah. And yeah, man, I mean, that's probably one of the better ones you can pick up.
Yeah, 100%. Was that your fourth?
Yeah, that was 4, right? Because we started with watches, golf, whiskey, wine, cigars, and now travel. So yeah, that was 4. So we're on your number 4.
My 4. I think this is a tough one, because I have one, but I think you're gonna bring it up too. So I want to leave that to your expertise.
Shoot, I'm thinking right now. I'm brainstorming for the last one. So go for it.
Okay, so one of my things really is car enthusiast. So like I think that with car enthusiasts, essentially with amongst salespeople, like you wanna, if you're taking clients out and stuff like that, you wanna have a decent ride, maybe not like something crazy like a supercar, but somewhat of again, back to like the VIP, you want an elevated experience. So the reason why I drive a Mercedes and not a Yaris is because I wanted at least that respect for my office. And I did notice it. My car's not screeching leaving the parking lot. Now it's, making some type of noise, even if it is inflated or whatever, pumped in. But
from the speakers.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, but it's a better noise than the screeching. So I think for me, it's a status symbol as you level up in your career that you'll come across as salesmen get promoted. Like one of the first things, if not the first thing, is that they get a better car.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that there are a lot of salespeople that get into cars, right? What I wouldn't say that maybe they become like car enthusiasts or hobbyists. Like, these aren't the guys wrenching on their cars, and like I'll do that, sure, but like, I think they get into cars because they're making a little bit more money. They want to upgrade. Yeah, they want to, a little bit of salespeople are notorious for keeping up with the Joneses. So, if the neighbor gets a Ferrari, you got to buy one too. So, yeah, you know who you are.
Where's the Ferrari on this side? No, I'm kidding.
But no, there is a lot of that, right? Like, I think a lot of people get into like that cycle of spending because like, you want that kind of stuff when you see it around you all the time. But make sure you control your spending, stay out of debt, be responsible because it's going to pay off in the long run and you'll have 10 Ferraris one day. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. Probably not, but
even if you get it on the day before you die, you got it.
Yeah. So like that's the only reason maybe I would leave like car enthusiasts off, but like luxury cars or luxury vehicles maybe. I guess luxury stuff in general is what we're saying, right? Yep. But my number 5 is gonna be clothes. Clothes. You gotta look good for your sales meetings, and then it kind of bleeds over to your personal life too. You start buying not necessarily designer clothes or anything, right? But like more quality clothing. And then I don't know, at least for myself, like I noticed that I started like I used to just wear t-shirts and shorts. I mean, I'm wearing t-shirts and shorts right now, but like that's all I used to wear all the time. And then like the longer I've been in sales, I'm like, man, I like even when I like go out to the store, sometimes I'm wearing like suede loafers and friggin' pants and shit, I'm like, why? And
why am I doing this?
I'm like, why? I'm like, I work from home. Why am I buying all these clothes for like look like I go to the office in them? But like, I don't know. It's just it became kind of like my style. Just like every salesperson we all need to change our hair, guys. All our haircuts are way too similar. Like 90% of us have the same freaking hair. It's got to change. Yep. I'm not going to do it, though, because I only have very few options with my hair. This is all I can do.
We need a new trendsetter for sure. We need a new staple cut.
The mullet, man. The corporate mullet. That's going to be the new sales cut.
And you got to be white to pull that one off.
$500 for the first for salesperson that grows a mullet and changes their headshot on LinkedIn.
That'd be insane.
On the podcast. Send us your details.
We'll spiff you some way. Get the brand out there.
But yeah, no, so like, I'll go with like clothes, shoes, just dressing nicer. But I don't know. I still like to dress comfy, man. Yeah, I work from home. I don't need to get all dressed up every day.
Yeah.
So I only dress up the top half for the camera, so.
Yeah.
Not all the time, though. Sometimes, like, if it's an important meeting, I'm like, to get in the mindset, I'm like, yeah, I'll wear a belt and my shoes and everything and like wear a proper suit. But otherwise, I'm just like, polo and then like basketball shorts.
Yeah.
You're good. But yeah, so that's 5 and 5. We've got 10. So I think the general gist of our list is just essentially you end up kind of elevating experiences you already were having, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like travel, you increase the amount or improve the quality of travel, clothing, cars, whatever it is. So like instead of I don't know, like I think like golf and watches is like a common thing across all salespeople.
Yeah.
For sure. So we can put those two on the top 5. I agree with the food and beverage stuff. For sure.
It's just like so random what it is, but it's always something with food. So I'll put that on the top 5.
Yeah, because I mean, especially if you travel a lot, you find like your convenience store sandwiches or whatever, like your favorite stuff.
I'm still dreaming about those LA pepper flakes, man. I have not been able to replicate it.
Send us that stuff.
Yeah,
man.
I need those. I went to the hostess lady. I'm gonna give me those, and then I got a baggie of it, and then I lost the fucking bag, dude. I was so mad.
Oh man,
sucked.
Yeah, so I think that would be top 3 there.
Top 3,
watches, golf, the food. I think the wine, whiskey is really common.
Yeah,
just drinking better quality spirits and wine. Shoot, number 5. Why don't we leave it to the audience? What do you guys? Let's take a vote if anyone wants to. Drop it in the comments. What do you think should be number 5 out of the list, or add in your own? Well, what do you think? What are some habits or hobbies that all salespeople get into?
So we'll do. Boom. There's one. Watches.
Yeah.
Or do you want to put golf?
Wait, am I supposed to edit this in, bro? I'm not that good of a video editor. I'll try.
So it's gonna be boom. We got golf. And we're gonna add watches. Number 2. Number 3 is food and bev. 4.
The wine and the whiskey, spirits and liquor, and then
5 would be the most commented one that we said, or a custom one that you guys bring up. But that's 5.
That's 5 somewhere
here or there. 916, so it's got to be like here. Sweet.
But yeah. So why don't we talk a little bit about how we participate in some of these hobbies? I'll kick it off with golf. Man, I've gotten addicted to the sport and maybe have been spending a little too much on it and should reel myself back. I just got like a second set of clubs and but you know what? It's well worth it. It gets me outdoors. I get to spend time with my wife to play some golf, and it's just relaxing, and you get to experience some of the most beautiful courses and
drinking.
Actually, I didn't drink on the court because
cart girls.
Yeah, but like I said,
boys,
my tea time was at like 7:30 or 8 in the
Mimosa.
morning. I don't want to drink or anything.
Dude, I live. Drinks on the golf course are next level.
They are, but like I was focused on the sport, you know? Like I gotta hit this ball.
Let me finish average.
Because the main reason being though, right, is so when I was in Maui, I got to play the Emerald course, like I mentioned, and it's a pretty expensive course. It's the most expensive course that I've played, where I think the greens fee was like $265 per person or something.
Fuck.
But it was absolutely worth it, absolutely gorgeous. And I'm like, I want to take this round more seriously. So I wasn't drinking or anything like that. But man, like for me at least, I've gotten completely hooked onto it. I go to the range a few times a week. I'm trying to get to the course once a week. In the middle of potentially joining my local country club, because luckily it's right across the street from my house. And then I'll be there all the freaking time. So
I might do a podcast there if they let us.
Yeah, I doubt it. But
let us do it.
But no, that like for me, like it spiraled out of control. The amount I golf now, it went from like few times a year to now like few times a month to now few times a week.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it and hope to be more competitive because my team is pretty good. Yeah. What about you?
So for me right now, I have boxing and basketball and running. I'm actually thinking about joining a run club, but from the multiple people that I talk to that run frequently, it's nothing but drama. So I'm trying to figure out like by drama, drama in terms of like people just keep fucking each other.
You're engaged. You're fine. They'll leave you alone.
But my thing is, I'm not going for that. I'm not or looking for that either. Like for me, it's just more so like I just want to run. And like for me, I run better when people are there. So for me, it's like I'm still gonna go. But like if that comes up, I'm like,
we'll go to the next.
But you know how people are, bro. So that's like it might take me a while to find my group. No offense to any groups out there, because I know some.
Well, if anyone wants to recommend one where they aren't sleeping with each other,
that'd be great. Is there a Taken run club that you can go to? That'd be great. But besides that, like, so I'm looking for that. Right now, I'm like averaging like 5 miles a day, other than Friday. So I don't know what the average goes from there. But basketball, I'm doing that twice a week. One with some people in Loomis, and then one in East Sacramento. So just trying to like be decent at that. It's good cardio, and some strength training there. And then boxing, I got roped into boxing by my homie Chris, who invited me to the gym to do a workout that ended up being boxing. That I hate like exerting myself to that point because I know I'm not good. So if I'm not good, I get easily frustrated. But it's been this boxing stuff has been like rewarding because I've been more nimble.
I need to come join you guys for that.
You should, man.
I miss
you
the
should.
MMA stuff.
You should. It's not like crazy, but Chris is like when he's Coach Chris. I've never seen a homie that's got, like, other than you, like with sales, like when you were teaching me sales, it was like, all right, that's coach. Like, now that's not friend satching, that's coach satching. That demo call, shit. So Chris is the same way. It's like your form fucking sucks. You're dragging your feet. You're doing this on the team. Like, damn. But then like you do what he tells you. You're like, oh, I see why.
Starts to click, right?
Yeah. And then you wake up more nimble. Like now it's like the movement you do is like very like kind of structured. You can't just like willy nilly with it. You have to maintain your stuff. So like I wake up more nimble and like I like the way I feel. I'm a little bit more flexible just with the stretching. So reason why I haven't gone deeper into golf is because I feel like I already have all this other stuff that I'm barely like getting accustomed to. Or if I throw in golf and I know how serious golf is.
Nah, man, it's a piss up half the time. You come out for a round on the weekends.
The range, I'll do the range day in, day out. But the courses is where I'm kind of like, I'll be the caddy driver. I'll have the drinks. I'll be there for the times. I'll take a crack here, celebrity shot or whatever. But I don't have the bandwidth right now to be like, I'm gonna focus.
Yeah, it takes some work. And if anyone else is trying to get into golf, if it's in the budget, I highly recommend taking some lessons so you don't build up any bad habits. It's very hard to break. I learned that the hard way, and I'm breaking my back trying to break those bad habits right now. But yeah, just take the lessons up front if you can afford it. Your local golf course will definitely have some pros to help you out.
Yeah.
But no, man, I mean, like we'll go play a course. You'll see. Like when we, as embarrassing it is to say this on the freaking podcast, right? We're playing the freaking Emerald course. Man, I don't think we hit par on a single hole. I was digging up divots because it's like the slope rating was higher than anything I've played. Like Sacramento courses are pretty flat.
Yeah.
This one's all hilly and shit. Yeah. I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm doing, and but yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Just
I don't even care.
If you're not playing seriously, just make sure you let the group behind you pass. And that's it. Yeah.
For me, it's like I don't care more so that I'm good or not. It's just like I don't want to like waste people who are like, for me, the biggest pet peeve I have when I'm trying to do something serious like basketball or boxing and like someone there is just like fucking around.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and like right now, like you're trying to get better and like my coworkers are trying to get better and I'm just like, I really don't care. I'm just like, I'm here to drink or see how far that shit can go.
It's all the same, man. Yeah. I mean, you know what you could play? You could play scramble rules.
So I don't know what that is, but sure.
So you basically just drop your ball at whoever hit the best shot and you try to hit it from there.
Oh,
that's all it
clean.
Is. So
that's
like
tight.
That way you're not taking it seriously. It's just for fun. Like,
what's the format where like the celebrity game where they have like the professional like smack it and like do all the hard stuff and the celebrity just finishes it?
Hey man, putting's the hard part.
Hey, I'll do that any day.
That drive
any day.
That's easier. Oh man, yeah,
like
because you haven't played a course yet. You haven't had to deal with the grading.
Exactly.
But oh man, But no, dude. So I guess like tying back to the hobbies, right? Sports is like a big part for a lot of people in sales. Like we all probably played sports in high school, or college or something competitively. We're all
it's like the number one interview question.
People. Yeah.
You play sports?
Yeah, right. So like it was weird because I fell out of it for so long being in tech sales. Now it's fun like being back in it, not just golf, but like pickleball. Man,
yeah,
I was knocking pickleball all the time. I'm like, what the hell is this, man? Play ping pong or play tennis? What is this halfway crap?
Bullshit.
But like I played it and it's fun, Like I play it casually. I'm not good or anything.
Yeah.
My wife used to be really good at tennis, so she's like teaching me how to swing a racket and stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'll play. But it's good to stay in something like that. Keeps you active and gets your mind off of like the workload stuff, and it keeps you competitive. It keeps you sharp. You never want to get complacent. Stay competitive. So it helps with that mindset too. So I think most salespeople are involved in that some sort of sports. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I think we're hitting that.
I think we're at time. Yeah, I think we're just coming up.
Yeah. So yeah, that was great. Hobbies, our top 5 again. They'll be here, wherever. Great interview with Alan. Great recap on our end. We are looking for more interviewees. So if you're in the area, entrepreneurship, you got your own business, arts, whatever. Come join the podcast.
Or if you just have a cool story to share.
Yeah, or a cool story to share. There's a couple people I wish would come on, but they're nervous of our 10 viewers or something.
Yeah.
So, but no, like excited to kind of learn more. That was really cool to see his perspective. I didn't even know him. Like I knew Alan. We were, here and there. But it was cool to kind of like see his perspective. He actually ended up getting a drone shot. I'm gonna put it. I'll edit this in. He got a drone shot of Sacramento after I called him out on it.
Oh,
really? On his Instagram. Yeah, I'm like, bro, you got Melbourne, you got all these other places you've been to, and then no drone shot of Sacramento.
Then he went and got it. I gotta see where he flew his, man. Oh, yeah. We got a drone. We have a new member of the CMP fleet. Yep. We have a drone, so we'll be getting some cool shots there. But no, just Alan was a fantastic guest to have on. Really, he had some great stories, really entertaining. And yeah, hopefully we get more guests like him on here too. But also, guys, let us know if you didn't realize we have a different set today. Let us know how you like this one instead of in front of the TV. Yeah. Trying something new.
No crotch
shots this time. We heard you.
Yeah. Different angles, same content, same guys, only elevated. So yeah.
Cool.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Super excited to keep watching and following our channel. And links everywhere for us. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.